Well, time now for another check of the weather. Brittany Van Voorhees joins me now. And Brittany, Monday is the big day, but you've been preaching all week, manage those expectations.
Yes, especially if you live in the Carolinas, because, sometimes it can get a little bit confusing as to what we'll see here versus in the path of totality. First things first, if you are heading to the path of totality, maybe leaving today, heading into tomorrow, we will still have to watch some storm activity in parts of the upper Midwest. Things are getting better for the New England states, and there is a little bit of activity here that could impact some travel for parts of Texas heading into Arkansas. So make sure you're checking that flight before you head out. Otherwise, if you're driving, pretty much good to go. Not seeing a lot of significant severe weather threats here, at least for the next few days. Of course, 2 days to go. It is Saturday, the eclipse on Monday. So let's take a look at the cloud cover forecast. This is one that has been a little bit concerning for a lot of people in the path of totality, especially in Texas, but looking better for them into Arkansas, parts of southern Illinois, Ohio. Lots of clearing expected just in time. Still looking like a decent amount of clouds up to the New York area near Buffalo, but still remains that the New England states are going to see the best forecast. But what about us here in the Carolinas? Well, we are going to see a decent amount of cloud cover and even a chance for a few sprinkles. We will see some breaks, but I, again, think we should manage expectations because this is what we're expected to see locally. Partial eclipse begins around 1:54. It'll look like this. The maximum eclipse time frame just before 3:12. So we'll say about 80% of the moon covering our sun. So not a significant darkening expected. So when you're seeing these stories about totality, remember that does not apply to us. And then the partial eclipse will end just before 4:30. Reminder, regardless of whether or not we're in the path of totality, the eclipse glasses are required. Nick and I were talking about this yesterday. It's because, folks, you're looking straight into the sun, which is not recommended without those glasses. Now, that's what's going on Monday. Let's talk about what's happening tonight. We have another opportunity for widespread frost across the Carolinas. A lot of folks just outside of the metro saw more widespread activity today, but within the metro tonight, we're going to see a little bit more frost because of those lighter winds. So temperature forecast sitting just around 36, 37 degrees tonight. Notice, though, it's the last that we're going to see for at least the next week. So if you covered up those plants last night, keep them covered again tonight. Bring them inside closer to the home if you can. Good reminder, of course, if you are covering them, don't use plastic. It actually can help things get colder. Fabric or cloth is your best bet. We have more tips over on our website, WCNC.com. So we know we're starting off tomorrow cold, but the afternoon looks fantastic. Today, so far, our highest temperature around 64. Tomorrow, we'll hit close to 70 degrees. So an even nicer afternoon, maybe heading out to Truist Field to watch the Knights taking on Norfolk. That first pitch is just around 105, and temperatures will be very warm. Remember that temperature readings, though, are taken in the shade. So if you're in the direct sunshine and the high is 70, it can feel about 80 to even 85 degrees, 10 to 15 above what that number is on the thermometer, especially this time of year as our sun angle gets higher and higher. And speaking of warmth, as we, of course, continue to warm up the next few days, that means pollen levels are going back up too. We'll be up near 11 for tomorrow and pretty much staying elevated through both Monday and Tuesday before we do finally get an opportunity for rain by midweek. That midweek rain, because it's coming, first of all, by the middle part of the week and lasting for a few days, should allow for at least some clearing of some of that pollen. And you'll see this reflected here in our Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Morning frost again tomorrow, but gorgeous, mostly sunny, 70 in the afternoon. A chance for a few showers and more clouds on Monday for the eclipse, and then really ramping up those rain chances by the middle part and end of the week. But Nick, it does look like actually that rain should clear out just in time for Friday evening. Heading into Saturday, Charlotte FC back at home. And then at the end of that 10-day forecast, we are back in the lower 80s. So if you've missed the 80s already, I'm sure you have, Nick. They're coming back at the end of that 10-day forecast.
I can't wait. I missed it so much. You know me so well, Brittany.
It happens.
All right. Thank you, Brittany. And a programming note, special coverage of Monday's solar eclipse starts at 2 p.m. And again, that's Monday right here on WCNC.